and the communities in the areas closest to the oil and gas. The point also is that a plan must be developed quickly by government, not relying on the local people, but by government, using professionals, so that those areas can be redeveloped, so they can see direct benefits. And so we can avoid the situation of the Niger Delta in Nigeria, where people are sitting, where valuable resources are being taken, profits are being made, and they are wallowing in poverty. We want to take care of that situation here in Ghana so that the assets can be protected for the benefit of all the rest of us. And also, what I have said is that the revenues occurring and accruing to the state, those revenues must be governed by a formula, and a formula widely discussed and passed into law by Parliament, so that no president can come and say, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that, my party believes in this or other, and therefore we will do what we wish with the oil and gas revenue. There are other areas in here, including developing further the atomic energy capabilities, government funding research in the area of biofuel, and government also providing tax incentives to the people that use the products of research, the industries that use the product of research, so that we encourage the application of research results that come from our research institutions in the country. But let me move very quickly to the matter of food, because it is important we recognize that all over the world, governments are taking bold steps to protect food stock by restricting the amount of food items that can be exported. That is happening today. It is happening today. And we should recognize the fact that governments around the globe are not just standing by to watch the markets to do as they please in the interests of private sector operators alone. What I'm saying to you is that governments are intervening on behalf of their people. And should the practice of restricting the export of food items become widespread, we here in Ghana will face the unpleasant circumstance of continuing escalation of prices of food items that we eat, with its social and economic consequences. And as we sit here, we're importing chicken, we're importing turkey and its parts, we're importing beef, rice, and all manner of food items. And you go to the markets today, and you know what is happening, that the prices of food items, they are increasing every day. But let me take you back to the past once more with another quotation, which says, and I quote, Ghana's imports of food during the last 8 years have risen enormously. Much of our hard-earned foreign currency is being spent on food from abroad. It is therefore a measure of one of the tasks facing agriculture during this period of economic development, the need to feed Ghana as far as possible from our own resources, unquote. Now, this sounds like something from 2008, isn't it? But it isn't. This quotation was taken from the 7-year development plan once again. We cannot be comforted over the fact that we seem to have marked time. We know what needs to be done, but we have proven incapable of doing what needs to be done. So all I am saying to you by giving you all of this as far as food production is concerned is that the CPP administration, it will intervene on behalf of the Ghanaian producers of food products. And so just as it's done in America, just as it's done in Japan, that the CPP administration will provide intervention. And when I say intervention, I'm talking about subsidies to the producers of food items, and will support those industries that process our agricultural raw materials, and will ensure that indeed, just as we tried in the past, that government will buy surplus produce so that our farmers can have stable income, so they will have storage facilities and distribution channels to ensure that we encourage our farmers to grow more, to produce more, and our industries to also process more so that we can be secure as far as food production is concerned. So once again, we're offering participation on the part of the state. And so let me go back to what we had said the last time we were here, and to say that since 1993, the political parties that have been in power have been repeating that the private sector is the engine of growth, and then they have left you alone to sit there, to work and fend for yourselves. We will not do that. And as I said the other time I was here, I wish to refer to Korea to make the point that the CPP will give the private sector engine, the oil, the body, and a first-class road to travel on. You go to Korea, and what we see in Korea was not a matter of an accident. Their president, called Park Chung-hee, he is the one who ran Korea from 1962 until 1979. It was this man who determined that Korea needed big companies if they were to withstand foreign imports, create jobs for Koreans, and compete in international markets. So he selected companies that we've become familiar with: Daewoo, Gold Star, Samsung, Hyundai, and the rest. Gave them low interest rates for loans, tax incentives, protected domestic markets, and provided technical and other assistance to enable them become the big international companies they are today. And I also said to you that Korea launched chemical industries outrunning the Tema Oil refinery, which was started about the same time as the initial Korean version. So we're not talking about doing anything different. And as I say what we will do, I always go back to give you references of some books some might want to read. There's a book called The Bad Samaritans. You might want to read it. It was written by a Korean. And you will find some of the things that they have done, which we should do. There's a book called The Commanding Heights. There are some elements in that book I don't like, but what it says there, the history of development and state intervention and participation, clearly stated in there. I recommend it highly for you to read those two books, because I will implement a consistent and aggressive policy to support industries, our local industries, domestic industries throughout the country, so that we can provide sustainable jobs and living wages and salaries to our people. And the support will come in the form of low-interest government loans and guarantees, technical support to ensure ability to achieve sustained growth, tax incentives, and market advantages. Now, when I say market advantages, let me be clear, because I'm not shy about saying what I'm about to say. Market advantages, it means when it suits our interests, that is the Ghanaian national interests, we make sure that those who have invested in Ghana and are producing jobs in Ghana, that they are able to sell their products in Ghana. And we make sure that those who will also come and dump their products here in Ghana in competition with them, that they find that we're not as friendly as we have been the past few decades. I want to be very clear about that. And so, if we even go to the little matters, we have said that a CPP administration working here in this country, you come to a state function, you will eat chicken from our Fariwa farms. That we've got.
And she took from.
Samba, yes. We know all of you. You know, we produce all manner of fruit juices in this country. And yet we go to state functions. We're being served fruit juices from abroad. We're being served rice from abroad. We're being served chicken and other things from abroad. It won't happen in America. It will not happen in Japan. It will not happen in Korea. And I'm assuring you, it will not happen in Ghana that is led by a CPP administration.